Fergie. All the time I turn around, brothers gather round, always looking at me up and down, looking at my... I just want to say it now. I ain't trying to round up, drumming little mama, I don't want to take your man. And I know I'm coming off just a little bit conceited, and I keep on repeating how the boys want to eat it. But I'm trying to. I can't be true like clientele, because they say she delicious.
I don't know any words to this song, so unfortunately I can't.
You don't know any words to Fergalicious?
No.
That...
Except for that shit is fictitious. That's all I know. I don't even know the sentence that the word Fergalicious is in.
I'm reeling right now.
I could tell from the silence.
Fergalicious is one of my top 10 songs of all time.
That's fair. I mean, it's a bop. I just don't know any words.
Not even T to the A to the S-T-E-Y, girl, you tasty. That's also not how you spell tasty, but...
I was going to say, what is she spelling?
What about D to the E to the L-I-C-I-O-U-S?
Delicious?
Really? No?
No.
Ugh.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe I have to spend an hour in this room with you now.
Disgusted.
Anyway, hi Maddie, welcome to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast.
Hi Nick, how are you?
Fine.
You were good until
Fine.
you realised that your best friend is an idiot.
Stupid slut bag.
Rumple slutskin.
Oh,
God.
No, okay, I don't know. I mean, I'm fine. I mean, yeah, I'm fine. It's been a morning. Because, yeah.
Elaborate for the listeners.
Oh, no, nothing crazy.
There was a cockroach in his room, so it all went downhill from there.
It did. No, well, okay, well, what is... We were going to record at 10, and then I couldn't get to sleep until past 5 a.m. So I said, can we move it to 11:30, 11-ish? And then it got close to that, and Maddie said, wait, I have a meeting now. Can we make it 12:30-ish?
To be fair, I didn't have that meeting pre-planned. It was literally...
No, it was a surprise meeting.
It was a surprise meeting, yes.
And I said, yeah, of course. An extra half hour of sleep, I'll take it. And then now it's 1 o'clock and we're actually recording.
Well, it's actually 20 past 1. But
yeah, but I got here at 1.
That's true. You weren't very far past, yeah, so we can count that as 1.
Rude. But no, everything's fine. We're actually recording.
Yeah, in person for the first time in weeks.
I know, it's been like, we recorded those 2 episodes.
Yeah.
I think just over a month ago.
Whack.
And then since those 2 episodes aired, which was a normal episode, and then the What the Fuck
Easter,
Awards.
Yeah.
It was every public holiday possible, every storm possible.
I got COVID.
Maddie got COVID. So we didn't record that week. But we did 1 Zoom recording in the middle.
Yep.
So we haven't left you completely high and dry.
Only slightly.
Slightly high and dry.
One could even say we were just edging you.
Ooh, that's a fun way to put it. So whenever I'm late to something now, I can say I was just edging you.
What have I created? A monster. Oh, God. Now I've just given him an excuse.
Anyways, we have.
La 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 la.
La, 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 it's Elmo's World. You know Elmo's World, but not fucking Fergalicious.
That song's going to be in my fucking head for like 3 days now. God.
No, blah, 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 blah. We have 3 movies to review this episode.
We do.
Which is very exciting. What?
Is that our elephant in the room?
No. We're going to do pop culture and stuff first, is what I was going to say.
Right.
Honestly, it might have been a couple of weeks since we were last recorded, but not a lot's happened. I'm not going to lie.
No, I know.
No, what's the elephant in the room this week?
I don't have an elephant in the room, but I do have a story. And so the fact that I have a story could be the elephant in the room, because when do I ever do that?
You tell me the story and then I'll extract the elephant in the room from it.
Well, this is the thing, the one thing that I have to bring today. So it's not like a story. But it's not pop culture. Okay, it's about the election.
Okay, the elephant in the room this week is that Maddie actually brought something to the podcast.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, now go.
Okay, so for international listeners, Australian election coming up in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you saw this. You might have, because it was fucking hilarious. But the Greens candidate for Brisbane recently did a campaign on Grindr.
I did see that.
So fucking funny. Anyway, I just have I've got the slogans here and I want to read them because they're
Please do.
Hilarious.
This
you know
is
what
an
they are?
openly gay man, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. One ad says, the best parliaments are hung. Love that. Spice up Canberra with a third. You always come first with the Greens. Hilarious. And one that they didn't get approved, but which is fucking fantastic, is choke on cock, not coal. Right?
That's so funny.
Right?
What a life motto.
Truly. Out here changing lives.
If Scott Morrison lived by those words, maybe we wouldn't be in
we definitely would not be.
Such a bad place.
Right. Anyway,
although he's a dickhead, so his penis is on his head. So in the words of Lydia from The Real Housewives of Melbourne, go suck on your own fucking head.
Makes complete sense, of course.
Yes. Have you seen that there's a Real Housewives of Melbourne sound going viral on TikTok at the moment?
It's
what is it? It's at the reunion, and Queen Gina Liano is saying, I'm the hardest working person I know.
Iconic.
And all of the other women are sitting there, and they all go, but you know all of us.
Iconic. No,
and Gina Liano doesn't care. And that's everyone go watch Real Housewives of Melbourne.
From the 7 episodes I've watched, it does seem to be batshit crazy.
It is, and especially once season 1, they kind of getting the feel of being on a reality show, and then after that, it's like
balls to the wall,
wild.
So fair.
Something like that happened to me.
What?
The bullies at school. They shut in my lunchbox.
Is that a real story?
From Melbourne.
Oh. I thought you were confessing to something there. I thought we were getting deep, right into your psychological trauma.
No.
Wow.
If that happened to me, I would kill myself. I'd kill them and then I'd kill myself.
Kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Exactly.
Fair.
And that's the tea.
Well, good one.
Anyway, vote Greens.
So true. So true. When is the election? I think it's
Saturday.
Next week. This Saturday?
Yep.
Wow. I've already voted, so that's why I'm like totally not up to date. Ugh.
Very fair. Did you see some statistics came out in the, you know how they do the official polling of who
I actually just missed a call from them just before,
on who people are going to vote and all that. In Brisbane, it's pretty much exactly a 30-30-30 split between Labor, Liberal and Greens.
I am low-key convinced that I think it's actually going to be the Ryan seat, which is what I'm in, is going to be Green this time. And they've been long time Liberal seat, but I think it's going to go Green this time.
Well, I hate my member, so I mean, not my my government member, my local member, not my weenie.
Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, they only have to in the Brisbane seat. They only the statistics are only they have to change the vote of 1 in 20 people to get a Greens person elected, which is the gay man. Is the Brisbane seat. I don't know what his name is. He's just the gay man to me.
Breaking news: Maddie doesn't see gay men as actual humans. She sees them as below, less than.
Fuck. That's going to come back to bite me in the ass when I want to be
a politician.
Yeah, Prime Minister of Australia.
I mean, the actual politicians that are elected now have done far worse.
So true. So true. And at least we all know in my heart.
And think about it.
Really mean it.
Half of the people in power hate gay people anyway.
Dude, I was just reading about that in that article about choking on cock, not coal. They were saying that I think it's the Labor member here who's up for election has voted against gay marriage. Maybe
I don't know. All
it might have been the Liberal. I can't really remember.
Pretty much the entire Liberal Party
crazy
coalition is anti-gay, anti-trans to the point that it's actually harmful. Labor. I've actually done the research on all these issues.
Yeah.
And Liberal have policies enacted and have people in a party who actively hate LGBTQ plus people. And the religious discrimination bill, that's just homophobia disguised as something positive, which it's not.
Yeah, it's not even like disguised very well.
No, and they're actively doing things to hurt the community. The Labour Party isn't actively trying to hurt the community, but they're not doing anything to help. But the Greens are actually doing stuff, so
yeah,
including if they get in, which we know they won't. But one of their things was a equality member.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They've done a pretty good job campaigning this time. I'm not going to lie. I'm very, well, at least here in Brisbane, because I feel like they're all very aware. Considering that we've now 2 times in a row had a Greens member for state be elected. And then we also, in the most previous state election, had, I think there's 3 total Greens seats now here in Brisbane. So I definitely feel like they were like, fuck, we got to jump on this. We need to get people voting Green for the federal election now too. I feel like it's going to happen. I was reading an article again the other day about this. People in the Ryan seat, all of them older people, like 60s plus, being like, traditionally we've always voted Liberal, but now we just considering like their policies and we have to worry about our grandkids.
Yeah, well,
they're all considering voting Green because they're Green.
That's a big leap,
right? Because they're like, Liberals just not doing anything for us. We're so worried about climate change. We're so worried about housing affordability for our kids and grandkids.
Yeah,
and the only ones who are actively being like, we're going to do something about that is the Greens. So
yeah, good.
There you go. I know. I feel positive.
I all that research too. The Liberal Party's goals on everything to do with climate change is abhorrent.
Yes. All bad.
Labour's is better, but still not great. And then
great.
Greens is very good. If too ambitious, but good,
yeah. It's one of those things where they're like campaigning about all of this, but you just know when they get into Parliament that half of it is not going to happen.
Yeah.
Just because it just won't.
Net zero by 2030, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's not even like that it's unachievable. It's just because like there's no way that they'll get a majority in both houses. So it's just not going to, But still, it's nice to think that they'll be like pushing for our rights as opposed to fucking Liberal Party.
Anyone listening to this in Australia, make sure your grandparents and parents know that it's important to you. That you one day vote in your best interest.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Like, don't say you're going to be dead soon, so vote for us.
Right.
Vote for our best interests. Like, it's kind of true, but
yeah. I actually had a really interesting discussion with a friend who I will not name on the podcast. I know that's not you. Shocking.
That's really rude of you.
Her mum works in the army, just in admin, but still works for the army. And they were having the discussion the other day, and her mum said, "No, I'm definitely voting Liberal because they always have such a big defence spend, and I'm about to retire, so I want as much money as possible." And my friend was like, "That's really great for you, but like, what about everybody else?" Yes, it's all nice for you to have a little bit of extra money for when you retire, but can you think about like, you want me to have grandkids? In what world am I going to be able to have grandkids if we're not doing anything about climate change?
This is off topic, but I was thinking about having kids the other day.
Okay.
Like, wait, no, that came out. I wasn't thinking about having kids the other day. I was thinking about having kids
in the future
the other day.
Right.
And I recently found out that if you like shake a baby or if a baby falls too hard, they die.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if babies are that fragile.
They're pretty fragile.
I don't think I want one.
Well, to be fair, it's only when they're the most like when they're really young, like they can't like hold their own heads up, which is why if you shake them, they just like flee like fucking neck breaks. It's like
I thought it was to do with their brain.
It's probably that too.
I thought they've like they've got no padding, so it knocks the brain around, so then the brain swells. That's not a light conversation. But what I'm saying is maybe I don't want kids because kids are so fucking fragile. Yeah.
I'm the wrong person to have this discussion with because I am definitely anti having children. So I think you shouldn't, but that's just me.
Iconic. Yeah, like imagine having a kid. That's too much.
I can't. Ugh, I still feel like a child myself. So it's oof. Yeah, no. Having someone else. Oh, see, I have so many reasons about why I don't want kids. So this would just turn into a 15-minute match. Not necessarily. They're just, I don't want to have to spend money on them. I want to keep the money for myself. I don't want to have that responsibility time-wise for forever.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that.
Maybe we'll just adopt a kid at like 12.
Yeah, that would probably be the only. I think that would be the only way that I would have a kid.
Would be shake them. You know.
No, I don't know.
You know.
Obviously.
You know. Okay, let's get on to actual pop culture.
Right.
The actual elephant in the room this week is that I have some audiovisual aids.
Okay.
Can you believe?
Well.
Okay. On the latest episode of the Kardashians.
Okay.
Have you seen this?
No. Oh, I don't know.
Riveting stuff. Kendall Jenner tries to cut a cucumber.
Okay, yes, I have seen this.
Okay. Well, I have the clip, so we'll show the clip and the audio and stuff. But I want to unpack it.
Okay.
Because I think there's some really interesting nuances that can be gleaned from the clip.
Okay. I've only seen it once, so show it to me again.
Let's show it. If I find it. Let us show it.
Oof.
Ding, bang, bong. Ding, dang, dong. Oh, yeah, I've got it. Okay, 30-second clip. Wrong button. Okay. I've got no sound on. Wait. I'm so good at this audio-visual stuff. Okay.
Do you want the chef to make you a snack?
I'm making it myself. Just gotta chop up some cucumber. It's pretty easy.
Here you go, girl. Be careful, because I nicked myself the other day.
I don't know, I'm kind of scared.
There you go.
Don't cucumbers have seeds? Oh, yeah, they're right. I definitely am not a good cutter, so don't zoom in on me. I'm not professional whatsoever.
Hey, chef. Do you want to cut this up for her?
I'll do it, Mom. It's fine.
Does the chef, live in?
Yeah. Oh, well, not live in, but...
And why didn't they say his name? Their name?
It's Kendall's house.
Oh, so Chris doesn't
know the star. I actually knows her own star's name.
Wow.
No, okay. What I want to unpack in this.
So it's such an easy fix. Just fucking turn the cucumber to the other side, Queen. Sorry.
Anyway, for listeners, the clip will be linked down below, maybe.
If you haven't already seen it.
No, I want to unpack it because I think it's an interesting glimpse into their lives. Kendall. So unpacking it from the beginning. Okay, Kendall clearly doesn't know how to chop things.
Clearly.
She's never in her life had to chop vegetables.
Or
fruit,
watched anyone do it.
Or watched anyone do it. Right? She doesn't know how to cut vegetables or fruit. But she says, the cameras are here. I can't get the chef to make me a snack.
Yes.
I'm going to cut it myself and I'll look independent and #girlboss and I'll look like I'm not an entitled brat. Joke's on her because she can't chop a cucumber. She's like... Anyway, the interesting part about it is that I find Chris in her mamager brain can sense what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And she knows it's going to go viral.
Yeah.
So before Kendall even pulls out the knife, Chris is saying, why don't you get the chef to make that?
Yeah.
Why don't you get the chef to make that? And Kendall says, no, it's fine, I'll do it. And then she starts to cut it. And Chris goes, oh, I'll have to make the best of this. You go, girl.
Yeah.
You go, girl. You go, girlie. Chopping that cucumber. You're so good, Kendall.
And then again, are you sure you don't want the chef to do
you
that?
don't want the chef to do that? I feel like it's interesting glimpse into their lives because you can just see Chris's brain turning, going, she doesn't know how to chop a cucumber. general audiences are going to take this and run with it.
Well, and see, the interesting thing is we all know that they all have chefs.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not surprising. If the chef had just come out, no one would have said anything because we all would have been like, oh, well, of course.
Yeah,
we
they literally
knew.
could have gone and sat on the lounge
Yeah.
while the chef made something.
Literally.
But instead she tried to girl boss it.
And
it backfired. And Chris saw every second in slow motion.
Yeah, she did. She's such a queen. I fucking love that bitch.
She's crazy. I will say, though, in like the second or third episode of the show, she talks really badly to staff.
Oh, does she?
And like really badly to drivers and stuff.
Oh, Chris.
It's bad. Like,
man. Oh, Chris.
I'll try and find the clip. But anyway, it's literally she's in the car with like Chloe, I think. And they're about to talk about Courtney's engagement.
Right.
That's coming up. She doesn't know about. So they're like, driver, shut the windows. Driver, get out. We need a minute. Shut the doors. Shut the windows. And then he does all that and he leaves. And then she opens the window back up and goes, driver, shut the boot. I was gagged. I was like...
I really would love to see the best in her and be like, wow, maybe she's not saying his name because like privacy issues, but I don't think that that's what it is. I think she's just a bitch and doesn't know his name.
Yeah. Well, that was Kathy Hilton on the last season of Beverly Hills. She got flack because one of her housekeepers brought her luggage. They went on a trip and she forgot her luggage. So one of the housekeepers had to meet them on the highway.
Wow. How do you forget your luggage?
She has everything done for her. She doesn't pretend she doesn't, though.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Honesty.
There's a level of respect there.
Yeah.
But she basically, the housekeeper comes, drops her stuff off, and Kathy goes to, I think she's with Kyle or something, whatever. The lady's here. I need to get my stuff from the lady. And the audience took that and was like, she doesn't know her staff's name, calling them the lady. And it turns out, no, she is very close with this person.
Yeah.
She just didn't want to say their name or show their face on camera without her permission.
Yep.
And I think she was being genuine. So there is...
Well, even like saying the lady, I feel like is much more respectful than just saying driver, or housekeeper. It's like...
Yeah.
It's not very nice.
It's not very nice.
Rich people.
Rich people.
Did you see Kylie Jenner this morning posted a picture of what looks like a driver's license? Her driver's license. It's just like, not the whole thing, obviously, with all the details, but her with the driver's license.
Where is this going?
Well, it's just going with, there was no caption. No one knows what it means. Why is she just posted a picture of her driver's license?
She's showing her support for Olivia Rodrigo. Oh, it's because she looks hot.
Is it? Or is it because she's like, wow.
It's an aesthetic photo.
As a 24-year-old woman, I have just gotten my driver's license.
No, it's because it's an aesthetic photo.
That's horrific.
It's like the same reason that 1989 album cover is a Polaroid.
That's stupid.
It's just
actually,
aesthetics.
There is a lot of
random things like that.
Not random things, but definitely like that's the photo before. It's like all vibey photos, not actual photos.
Anyway. Did you see? Have you seen A Simple Favor? Haven't you?
I have. Do you know what? I actually rewatched it yesterday.
No.
Yeah.
They announced this week there's going to be a sequel.
I saw. That's why it was. There was people talking about it on TikTok, and then there were more clips coming up than usual. And I was like, you know what? Blake Lively was a fashion icon in this movie. I'm going to watch it. So I did.
I don't know how they're going to make a sequel though, because the last third of that movie was a mess.
It was a mess.
The first two acts are great.
Yeah.
And the third act is just
it's all
messy.
over the shop.
So is the sequel just going to be all mess?
It's a really good question because is Blake Lively living in I guess she didn't die though, did she? She got taken off to jail, so she could be in it.
Shakira's cousin, she could be.
Oh, baby, do you talk like that? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if she...
I feel like we're on two different wavelengths.
In life?
No, in today.
Oh.
I haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm like... I'm in a good mood.
You're not like...
Screaming and yelling.
Ready to go.
Kicking and screaming, starring Adam Sandler.
Are you going back up to the sunny coast after this?
I have to.
Are you going... Oh.
What?
Whack.
What?
No, I was going to say, are you going back to home? We're straight up to the coast now after this.
They cast the rest of the trio of Percy Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
TV series.
Okay.
I think you saw it, didn't you?
I don't know. Well, I don't.
Anyway.
I think we talked about it, but I don't know if we did. I can't remember.
Did we talk about it on the podcast?
No, I think we texted about it. We did text about it because then we were talking about how we love how much representation Rick, I should say, added into all of the later books.
Yeah. No, they cast Grover and Annabeth.
And they're black, right?
Annabeth is black. And I believe Grover the actor is Indian.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because then we were talking about how you said you were scared.
I was scared of the backlash that they're literal children. They're like 15, I think 14 or 15.
Oof.
The actors. And I was genuinely scared for them for the, I mean, it sucks to say, but backlash that I think a lot of shitty people would be throwing at them.
Yeah.
For not being
white.
Everyone wants Annabeth to be blonde with blue eyes or something?
She was in the book because it's like, it didn't necessarily have anything to do with the story, but it was specifically stated many, many times that she was blonde with grey eyes because that's what Athena was. Oh, Athena had grey eyes and she only ever had children with blonde men, which was why all of her kids had blonde hair and grey eyes. But it never actually affected the story, so I don't think it matters.
I mean, honestly, she might be blonde in the show. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, it's true.
But like, and it's true. It happened.
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation like the day it was announced, and then it happened. And a week later, they had to, like, everyone had to put out press statements saying, "Stop fucking harassing the cast.
Yeah,
they're children.
Yeah,
and these are the actors that Rick Riordan wants.
Yeah,
these characters to be.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, let it go.
Shut the fuck up. Stop being racist pigs.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's all I want to say. Is I'm excited for the show, and
I'm
like excited for these actors for such a big role.
Yeah,
and I'm sorry to them that people suck.
It's true. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, sure, maybe the book specifically stated what ethnicity specifically Annabeth was and how she's supposed to look. But I feel like you can just kind of be like, but it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
So
matter.
you can just let it go. Yeah. And it's really nice that they're going for diversity instead.
Yeah.
Like, just like it's that simple. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't even know if it's about diversity. I think it's just about charisma.
That's fair.
Because you've got to remember these books, the Percy Jackson books, the characters make the series.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The characters are all so specific.
Yeah, and it's the relationships between them all.
Yeah, and so charismatic and stuff. I mean, they're the children of gods.
Yeah.
That I think, especially after they cast Percy, I thought, I see what they're doing. They're casting based off vibes.
Yep.
And charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
As they should.
So I'm glad that they're going with the people who fit that description, you know?
For sure, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure.
That's all I just wanted to say.
I love it. I agree.
That's all.
Yeah. I know, I totally agree.
A bunch of my shows have come back. Did you know that?
No.
The Circle's back on Netflix.
Oh.
The final 4 episodes come out this week.
That's exciting.
It's a very good season, season 4. Hacks is back. You know how last year all I could talk about for like 8 weeks was Hacks?
I do remember that, yes.
Hacks is back and it's better than ever. Still fantastic. Girls 5 Ever is back.
Oh, okay.
Still ridiculous.
Love that.
Completely ridiculous and fun. And Big Brother's back on.
Yes, I did know that.
And I have not tweeted about it yet.
Wow.
So you should be proud of me.
That's
literally
a big feat for you. Have you been watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not going to get into it this year. Lies.
Well, yeah. Mum also really quite likes Big Brother. She's not like oh my God, it's starting today, I have to watch it. But she is, if it's on, she'll watch it. Like if she's flicking through. Anyway.
No, I can't miss if I miss an episode, then I'm out of whack and I'll probably never finish it.
I agree, personally. Anyway, she was in bed the other day, flicking through channels, saw Big Brother was on. She was like, all right, I'll put this on for 5 minutes. Talked about it for like 3 days afterwards. Genuinely, whenever she and I sat down for lunch, she was like, anyway, so Big Brother.
Queen.
Oh my God, Mum!
She's a legend and she's
Move on. Anyway, I don't know where she's at with the obsession level, but she's not talking about it to me anymore, thank God.
Amazing. Well, I think there's going to be 3 episodes a week.
Whack.
Last week there was 4 episodes because it was the first week.
Oh, is there only
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 nights in a row. I watched live television. Can you believe?
No, it's really difficult.
What is this, 2008?
Right? I know. It's still all we're watching. There's this stupid crocodile show on a Tuesday evening. And I keep watching it because Dad and I watched the first episode. It started at like 9 p.m. at night. It was on. We were like, okay, there's nothing else. They didn't.
Is this the it follows the family in the outback?
Yeah.
I've seen the ads for that, yeah.
Yeah, right. We saw the ads. We were like, okay, for the first, it was an hour it goes for. For the first 40 minutes, not nothing a crocodile happened in sight. They're just herding bulls. Okay. Dad and I were like, this is stupid, but we want to see some crocodiles. One crocodile at the end. It ended on a cliffhanger. I was like, if we'd spent less time on the fucking cows, we would have seen the whole story here. And then the ads roll, and it goes in loving memory of one of the main guys. Dad and I were like, what the fuck? Turns out he died.
By crocodile?
No, about a month ago in a helicopter accident.
Oh.
I know. Oh, Dad and I were like, ugh. So obviously now we've watched it every week since then because we kind of got hooked on the whole drama of no crocodiles and then the emotional roller coaster of the whole thing. So now
surely the title of ep is No Crocodiles.
Fucking no crocodiles. Why would they?
I'm confused. I need you to explain. You're saying the real life helicopter crash is making you watch the show.
Yeah. Well,
but it's not on the show.
No, it's not on the show.
It has nothing to do with it.
Well, it's not making me watch the show, but it's one of like you know when you watch something and you're like, wow, that made me feel good, and then right at the end it ends terribly, and you're like, holy shit, that was sucked into my brain now.
Yeah. And
so now it's so sucked into my brain that every Tuesday at 9 p.m. I'm like, crocodile show's on. We should watch that.
Jesus.
I know.
What are you, a hillbilly?
It's really intense. I'm not going to lie.
We'll to unpack.
Yeah. Oh, trust me.
You lowers yet again. First you don't know Fergalicious, now you watch a crocodile show.
And it's not even about fucking crocodile. Well, it is, but there's none on there. It's stupid. Anyway, I hate live TV.
Anyway, Big Brother's good this year. I've refrained from tweeting.
Yeah.
There's no one I hate enough to tweet about it. So that's good.
Okay, that's good.
No cyberbullying this year.
Well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see, but...
Oh, that's true. We have to wait and see. But no, they've brought back contestants from past seasons.
And they were sitting in a back room or something, right? Watching on, and they all formed an alliance, and
But anyway,
all Mum could talk
all
about.
Of these characters, contestants coming back, they show like highlight reels of their time on the show, and it's so fucking wild. Throwing back to like 2006 seasons and remembering it.
Yeah, I
was only like 7 or 8.
Whack. I was. I walked by the TV when it was on, and one of the girls that came up on screen sent me immediately back to watching Big Brother.
In like, what is it, Layla?
Well, I think it was, yes, it was the British one.
I stan Layla.
Literally, I was like, holy shit, I forgot she existed, but I immediately have recognized her.
She was the 2011 season.
It was the Jungle Book Snake Eyes year. And
oh, really?
Yeah, yep.
Oh, see, I call that the Oats a la Layla year.
Iconic.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah, Big Brother made him sing a song, and they made up a song about Layla and her oats.
Wow, makes sense.
But yeah, no, it's fun. It's fresh. There was one person on it who infuriated me and everyone else watching.
Was it the model dude?
Yeah, he eliminated like first episode.
Oh, did he?
So,
lol.
Or second episode, I guess.
His aggressive tactic didn't go well.
We were thanking the Jeepers.
Yeah, fair.
Because usually a person like that sticks around for a while.
Yeah.
For ratings and stuff. But no, they got rid of him straight away. And it was
Love
good.
that.
Because you know what? Actually, it was probably a little problematic. They cast him and his ex-girlfriend, who's actually from the Sunshine Coast. And he is like, I don't know if he was doing it for the cameras or whatever, but he was going on about how he's still in love with her despite the fact that it's been like 5 years. And he was like kind of stalking her in the house and like constantly telling her he like love bombing her and being really cringy, and she was clearly not interested. He kept going. It was very uncomfortable.
That is uncomfortable.
And then he tried to,
oh god,
like not gaslight her. That's the wrong word. Manipulate her emotionally, because she said he was doing all this and he was going on and making her feel bad. So she just said, "Look, I want to be completely honest with you. I'm not leading you on. I'm not interested. I'm here to be part of the show. Like, I'm here for the game. I'm not interested in you in here. I'm not interested in you out of here. We've been there, done that.
Love that for her.
Not here for it." And he like started to cry and had a meltdown, and he walked into the house and was screaming, "Everyone, send me home tonight. I'm done. Send me home. I'm clearly making Sam uncomfortable, so I should go." And it was like so obviously a manipulation tactic to make her feel bad about herself.
Yeah.
That it was just painful to watch. But anyway.
And then he was eliminated.
Well, no, and then he did all that to make her feel bad, and then when the nomination challenge came around, he was like wanting to win and like, I need to be here and all this. As if it wasn't already clear that he was just a manipulative fuck.
Gross.
It was really, really gross. And to see toxic men like that, like...
Ugh, right on TV.
Gross. But he went home second episode, so I was happy.
Good.
Never have to see him again. It was actually very funny, though, because usually with ones like that, they, like, don't actually send them home. They put them in the attic or something to make a comeback.
In the attic?
They call them the attic and the basement and all that. But, so Mum and I were, like, on the edge of our seats waiting for him to actually get in the car and be driven away from the house.
Yeah.
Because we were like, unless we see him physically in the car driving away, they're going to bring him back.
Yeah.
But they did, thankfully, actually send him away, yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank God. Even they were like, ugh.
Exactly.
Yuck. Oof. All right. Well, should we get into probably our movie reviews? Because we have so many to do.
Yeah, we should. Okay.
Which one should we start with? Slut.
We can start with... Let's start with senior year.
Okay.
New Rebel Wilson movie on Netflix, senior year. About... Do you want to say what it's about?
No.
It's just about... sorry, I'm gassy. A girl in the senior year of high school.
In the 90s. 99, I think, specifically.
Yeah. Is like the most popular girl at school and all this, and falls into a coma after a cheerleading accident, wakes up 20 years later as Rebel Wilson, grows into Rebel Wilson, wakes up, and still has the mind of a 17-year-old, and basically wants to go back to high school to finish her senior year and finish her checklist of becoming prom queen and all this stuff, becoming cheer captain and all of the things.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I watched it three nights ago, whatever. And I still haven't processed it very well. So I don't know how much I'm going to have to say about this.
Yeah, this isn't a movie that you can, like, critique.
Yeah. It's just,
It wasn't good,
No.
but it wasn't bad.
No.
It was fine.
But it wasn't fine.
But it also wasn't funny, but it was fine.
But it was kind of funny, but then
Like-
it wasn't funny.
It had a charm to it.
Vaguely. It would have
Mostly-
been way more charming if Rebel Wilson wasn't in it. If it was somebody else.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think her comedy, let's say,
Yeah.
really lended much to the role.
No.
Lent
No.
much to the role. But like, it's a fine movie. It's like a
I feel like it's
light
like a
comedy, I guess. But it's
good
not funny.
concept. Bad
execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
The introduction was so fucking long. As like
It was so long.
It was so, and I get why they did it because they were really trying to establish all of her patterns and habits in the 90s so that when she was older in 2020 and doing those things, you were like, oh, we know this is what she did.
Yeah.
But it dragged so much so that there was like that whole sequence at the beginning where she was like, I want to be popular. She works to be popular, and then she is being the popular girl at school doing her own thing. And I was like, oh my God, this introduction is so long. And Mum was like, are we still in the introduction? Is this not what the movie's about? I was like, no, she's got to go into a coma and become Rebel Wilson. That's what the movie's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have 3 major issues with the movie. The first is that you see it quite a lot with movies, high school comedy movies, that are, by older comedians, not older, like in their 30s. That's not much older than us, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm conflicted on it because it's like, we're the target audience. Our generation, Gen Z / millennial, late millennials, Gen Z, is the audience, right?
Right.
The target audience. But we're also the butt of the joke.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. I could not stop thinking about this through the whole movie. I was like, okay, if we really dive deep into what they're actually doing with this high school that is doing equality, like,
And they're like too woke.
yeah, if we think about it, what they are trying to be funny about is inherently being progressive. Like,
Being progressive and also
not being mean to other people.
what our generation is about.
Yeah.
Yet we're the target. That's like making a movie about chefs and then the entire movie being like, chefs are fucking idiots.
Yeah, literally. It
And
was...
it's confusing as fuck to watch.
Yeah. It
But
really...
you see it with these comedies, right?
Oh, for sure. It
A lot
happens all the
recently.
time. It happens
And
all the
it's like,
time.
why? You're making fun of the wrong parts. Make fun of the social
Yeah.
media use,
Yeah.
Make fun of stupid shit like that. Why make fun of...
Saving the turtles.
Yeah, or like...
environmentalism.
For example, there's a cheerleading team in the movie. And the whole joke is that this cheerleading team is so progressive that they don't do cheer routines anymore because they're too...
They don't have a cheer captain. And...
they don't have a cheer captain because everyone's the cheer captain
Yeah.
because participation trophies.
Yeah.
And the participation trophies, that's our parents' generation's
Yeah,
fault.
right.
That has nothing to do with us.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about participation trophies or first place, whatever. So that's one thing. 2 is that they don't do the routines anymore, classic cheerleading routines anymore, because they're too slutty and they're too anti-feminist.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
It's so
No one
stupid.
thinks that. You're making us look stupid.
It was that. The other thing was, what was there was one other thing that was really, really stupid. It was really frustrating. Fuck, I can't remember what it was. Oh God, just keep talking. It'll
Was
come
it the
back to
prom
me.
queen?
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it was.
They got rid of, at this high school years ago, they got rid of prom king and queen because it,
I vibe
again,
with that.
participation trophy.
Yeah.
They didn't want people to feel left out. Which, even if we wanted to get rid of prom king and queen type stuff, it wouldn't be because of participation, I don't think. It would be because...
For me, it's because it's also like it's like toxic. You're pitting people against each other.
Correct. That's what it would be more about, not about participation and everyone feeling valued.
Yeah, it's not about people getting left
out.
out.
So again, they missed the mark on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the end, it's all cringe and shitting on the target audience, which to me doesn't make sense.
It makes absolutely no sense. Just in general, it's as I said, it actually reminds me so much. Do you remember when we had Liz on here and she was talking about that TikTok that she made that went viral and she got heaps of hate comments about it, and she said on here, she was like, but if you really think about it, like, the reason why they think it was funny is because inherently they're just making fun of women having hobbies. It's exactly what this was.
They think women enjoying themselves and enjoying doing something is
funny.
Laughable.
Yeah. It's literally the exact same thing. They think kids wanting to be active in politics and getting, making headway with equality, trying to fix the environment is funny. I think it's funny. It's like, it's not funny.
You're poking fun at the wrong parts.
Literally.
It's not like it's offensive, but it's dumb.
It's dumb.
And not fun. Like, perhaps if it was actually funny.
It
would be a different story, but it also wasn't funny. The jokes didn't land. So
well, I think it could have been funny if they'd done it in a different, like, the scene when she goes over to the thing, the cheerleaders, and learns there's no cheer captain, and they're doing that routine where they were like,
equality and justice,
and they don't want turtles to choke on straws, and they were doing this. Right, like, that's funny. It's funny. It's stupid, but it's funny. It's then, but why do you have to then take?
Pause. Not the justice and all that part. That wasn't funny. That was cringe and awkward and stupid. They were talking about turtles choking on straws and they were doing a dick sucking motion. That was funny.
It was funny. And then they got to go one step further and make it as if you're making fun of them instead of leaning into it.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
It's fucking weird.
It's so weird.
Okay, the second thing that confused me / I didn't like about the movie was that it feels like they cut a lot of stuff.
That's fair. There was no character development. Nothing happened for an hour and a half, and then all of the development happened in like 15 minutes at the end.
So true. so true. But even I feel like they gave every single minor side character an arc.
Fair. That they didn't pull off.
And then they didn't pull it off, or they had to cut it for timing and stuff. Yeah. So like the student president girl who wanted to be president one day.
Oh, yeah.
She got a full arc.
She did.
Meaning she went from that to being able to embrace fun and still wanted to be president and shit.
That was basically the only one we actually saw.
Well, the gay side character had no plot line.
None.
You could tell there were moments where he said some things where it was like, I think that there was something bigger there that they cut around. The bully girl.
Yeah, she was just a bully, and then all of a sudden she
wasn't. Her boyfriend, I feel like, was the biggest victim of this.
He had, like, no lines.
He had barely any lines, but you could tell he had lines.
Because by the end of it, he was, like, a completely different person.
Yeah, at the end of the movie, he's talking about wanting to be spit roasted by 2 leather daddies.
Oh, my God, it was overwhelming.
Nowhere in the movie did we see anything or have any joke about the popular girl's boyfriend being gay.
Oh, yeah.
Or anything. Yeah. It came completely out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was just the most random shit.
Yeah.
And there was multiple moments like that where there was a really random line. And it was like, I feel like there's context for this joke that we don't have.
Yeah.
You know?
God.
So I would love to see the hashtag Snyder Cut.
I would not.
I also wouldn't. No. That would be painful.
What was your third thing? Because I have a third thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you have your third thing? I might have a fourth thing.
I do have a third thing.
It might be different to your third thing.
My third thing is, I wish it didn't have a romantic angle.
Yes, this is my third thing. Sorry, that was really hard.
No, it was kind of hot. So, at not the beginning, half an hour in when the coma stuff happens.
Yeah, fucking 30 minutes in.
Literally, it's established that the character has the mind of a 17-year-old and the body of a 37-year-old?
Yeah.
And the body of a 37-year-old. I wish they didn't introduce romantic aspects to this because
it's like morally weird.
in the end, the romantic storyline is with a friend she had from high school who is now 37 mentally and physically. Rebel Wilson's character, is 17 mentally, but physically 37. And makes me uncomfortable.
I know, I totally agree. I totally agree. Because they in the last 10 minutes or so, she kind of underwent a really rapid, growing up type of thing. But it definitely was, A, not enough.
Yeah.
And B, happened super quickly. So for quickly. 95% of the film, she was definitely still 17. So it's,
and also everyone was telling her to grow up.
Yeah.
And it's but she's 17!
Right? Right? Yeah. There was definitely a lack of understanding, I felt
I don't know. So no matter what way you look at that, it's awkward that this man is dating essentially a 17-year-old. I don't know if that's creepy if they were to have sex.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's fucking creepy that this 37-year-old man has romantic feelings towards a mentally 17-year-old.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like it's interesting because it removes the whole aspect of being attracted to someone who's physically younger, which is, I feel like, where a lot... No, I'm getting really deep here, and it's a generalization, but it's where a lot of men's attraction for younger women come from is the physical looks.
Yeah.
So it gets rid of that problematic aspect, but at the end of the day, she's still 17.
Yeah.
So it's this weird,
but
why, how, and it's almost it's almost like, oh, that means is he still living in his high school glory age of thinking he's also 17? What's the...
Well, look at it like this. No matter what way you look at it, it's fucked. And if you look at it like this specifically, say that storyline didn't exist, that romantic plotline didn't exist, and she had a love interest who was 17 in high school with her.
Yeah.
How would you look at mentally a 17-year-old, but in the body of a 37-year-old dating a 17-year-old boy?
Yeah. I'd still think that was
super
weird.
fucked up.
Yeah.
No matter what way you look at it, it's super fucked up.
It is.
And not a romantic storyline anyone's going to be invested in.
Oh,
you
definitely not at all.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it was weird. It was, and almost felt quite shoved in there, their kiss at the end. So I feel like it's one of those things where it's oh yeah, of course, you can't make a movie without having a romance in it. No one, otherwise, people think you can't make a movie without having romance in it. So it's I see, I know they've just shoved this in there because they felt like they had to,
Yeah.
Which is
I
gross
agree.
because they did not need to.
So they were my 3 issues, and I think that last one,
It kind of spoiled the whole movie for me.
I just don't get, from the writing perspective, I don't understand why you would fit that in there knowing that the audience can't, 1, relate to that,
Yeah.
2, root for that,
Yeah.
and 3, think that that's okay. That overshadows everything.
It's so true.
Anyway, shall we quickly review Multiverse of Madness? I feel like we probably don't have a huge amount to say about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we can do it quick.
Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Thoughts, opinions. Will say
fine.
it's fun.
It's fun. It was really fast-paced. I said to Nick last night that I really, really, really appreciate the amount of effort they've gone to keep it under 2 hours or at 2 hours, because you could tell that...
It was bare bones plot.
Yeah, exactly.
If they stretch it out, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, you could tell that could easily be a 3-hour movie. So I very much appreciated that it wasn't.
Very much appreciated that. And because of the timing, the time and the pacing, it's a very fun, fast movie. So it's enjoyable on that aspect. I keep saying to Maddie, I think there's a lot of things that are wrong with it, but there's also a lot of things that I really liked about it and that were fun.
What do you think was wrong with it?
I think not seeing Wanda turn evil
Yes.
was a big one. It was very
spoilers. I mean,
Spoilers.
obvious, but...
Not seeing Wanda turn evil was a big one. I would say the Illuminati sequence
Oh my God.
was unnecessary. I think they could have done different things. Because like I said to Maddie, I think this is I've seen this movie twice now. And both times the audience in the theater has laughed at the movie.
Yeah.
Instead of with the movie, which is I believe that's the first time I remember seeing that in a Marvel movie where people were laughing at it, not with it.
I said to Nick, it's really, really hard to tell whether or not the movie knew that was stupid or whether or not they thought that was like a really serious, oh my God, we're just like dropping this in here. That's going to be so cool.
I can't help it. I know it's from the comic books. The Multiversal Illuminati is from the comic books.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And I know it is, but I can't help but think if they had named it something like the Multiversal Council.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have people laughing as much about the movie.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, for sure. The fact it was called Illuminati is fucking stupid.
That's one of those things. They're always saying, when you're doing a book-to-movie adaptations, things that work on the page don't always work on screen and vice versa. I think lines like that don't work.
Oh,
in this.
Well, when you can't tell, because the movie itself was really quite serious and quite dark and had it was much more gruesome than a normal Marvel movie and had a couple of horror elements, I would say.
But it wasn't scary.
It wasn't scary, but they had those like
elements.
Yeah. So when you're in a movie like that, you don't expect something fucking stupid like the Illuminati to be in it.
Yeah. And then there was a few other character choices and dialogue inconsistencies. I feel like there's a better movie in there somewhere.
Well, I think I said a couple of times last night.
The reshoots.
Yeah. And I think, as you say, I don't actually think there's a better movie in there. I think that it used to be a better movie and now they've dug into it too far and that's why they've gone like bare bones.
Well, I think actually COVID had a impact on it because a lot of the cameos and stuff they wanted to do couldn't happen because of COVID.
Well, I don't even think, I mean, the cameos definitely made the last Spider-Man movie. I don't think they were necessary. I just feel it felt so... Considering we've now had like 3 TV shows, several movies leading up to this whole multiverse thing, it felt really disjointed from the rest of the MCU because it was like, what does this multiverse have anything to do with everything we've been learning about it before?
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. They spent probably 45 minutes to an hour of the movie in one different universe.
Yeah. If you're going to go multiverse, fucking go multiverse.
And maybe 10, 15 minutes of that was the Illuminati sequence, and I don't think it needed any of that. My other thing is, I went into this movie hoping and praying that it would be a movie about Doctor Strange facing the consequences of his actions.
Same.
And how they affected the multiverse.
Same.
Instead, it had nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that.
It was literally just, hey, Doctor Strange, an alternate universe version of you used the Darkhold, so you're bad too.
Yeah.
And that was the entire moral conundrum.
Basically.
I was like, there wasn't any Hippocratic oath. There was no, as a doctor, he doesn't kill. He vows not to kill, but wanders on such a rampage, maybe he has to kill her.
Yeah.
That's an interesting moral conundrum.
Well, even the fact that they used to know each other and she did so much good, it's like, oh, okay, we're all just accepting she's evil now.
If perhaps the Multiversal Council, the Illuminati, said, hey, there was an infinite number of timelines where you saved the world, where you defeated Thanos without sacrificing the lives of Iron Man or getting rid of half the population of Earth. There was other ways you could have done this. I think that would have been an interesting conundrum, and it would have made the audience actually think.
Yeah.
And say, wow, Doctor Strange lied about this thing?
Yeah.
I don't know. There was just so many more interesting things in there that could have been done that weren't. And that's on that.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about it?
No, that's pretty much it. I feel like this movie, it was fine.
It was fine.
It might have used to have been / it could have been so much more interesting than what it was. There was so many
You're right. It feels like there was an actual nuanced movie in there.
Yeah.
And then in reshoots, they chopped it down to bare bones plot and made it a fast-paced action.
Yeah, because it was too
And some
confusing.
of the CGI was a bit...
Some of the CGI was a bit.
Yeah. Anyway.
And then the final movie.
I actually don't want to review traditionally. Okay. I just want to say... Everything Everywhere All at Once is a fucking incredible movie.
It was honestly one of the most ridiculous / insane movies I've ever seen, but not in a bad way.
Not in a bad way, but also so emotional and
oh my God, it was so emotional.
Such a good story and emotional arc.
I have never in my life sat in a cinema and had a cacophony of people actively, loudly sobbing.
Laughing and sobbing and
like I did last night. There was 5 or 6 people at the final scene.
And it's not necessarily sad, so don't go into it expecting too sad. But
it was really nice. It was just really emotional.
Don't watch any trailers. Don't know anything about it beyond the bare minimum. I think that will really help with the... It lives up to it's everything everywhere all at once is the title, and it's very much that.
Yeah.
It's an assault on the senses in the best way possible.
God, literally. And it was really, absolutely intriguing to watch. I thought several times, as I said last night, they have put a lot of effort into making this movie as tight and as cohesive as possible. They did a lot of filming.
There was nothing missing, but there was nothing that needed to be added.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh my God. It was crazy. And it was genuinely funny because it was just balls to the wall crazy.
It had some shock humor. It had genuine humor. It had emotional humor. It had everything.
It was
so that's what I want to say is don't look too much into it. Just go see it. I think it comes out in a couple of weeks on DVD and shit. So just buy it. And that's today's episode. We went and saw Multiverse of Madness and Everything Everywhere last night. We did a double feature multiverse showing.
Nicholas actually showed up for this one.
Fuck off. And I think out of the 2 multiverse movies, Everything Everywhere is far superior.
Oh, I think so too, because it actually was about
the multiverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. You're right. Maybe you've just summed up the entire thing about Multiverse of Madness is that it's called the Multiverse of Madness, but it's really not about the multiverse.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
I will say about Multiverse of Madness, I liked the story of the moral of the story being, just because you're alone doesn't mean you can't be happy. It was all about loneliness and coming to terms with all yourself between America and Doctor Strange.
And even Wanda a little bit, I guess.
And Wanda.
Saying goodbye to our kids. I wouldn't actually say, I think that's what they thought.
Tried.
The main thing was going to be, but it didn't end up being that.
That's fair.
But it is there.
Okay, well, let's do super duper quick what the fuck of the week.
Okay, I have a really
My what
good
the fuck
one.
of the week is this week is that I just learned that the most common thing pulled out of ears in the OR
Oh, God.
in the ER, emergency room. In the emergency room is cockroaches, which is why at 5 a.m., 4 a.m. this morning, I saw a cockroach on the floor of my bedroom and I thought, ooh,
This is
I
dangerous.
cannot go to sleep until I've caught this fucking cockroach. So I did eventually find it and kill it. And I was still on edge though. I was waking up every half an hour looking for more cockroaches, but there was nothing.
For its family.
Literally. So my what the fuck of the week this week is
That's disgusting.
don't look up facts about bugs.
Yeah, fair. So fair.
What's yours?
Okay, well, last week, babysitting. Amelia has just finished watching, she's 9, just finished watching Wizards of Waverly Place.
Right.
She said, Madison, what should I watch next? And I said, oh my God, girl, you should watch Hannah Montana. And she said, who's Hannah Montana? I was like, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's Miley Cyrus. And
You should
she
have
was
just sung
like,
Best of Both Worlds. You've got the limo
so true.
out front.
What wait, it gets worse. I said, it's Miley Cyrus. And she was like, who's Miley Cyrus?
Oh my God.
I was like, does this generation know nothing?
Imagine us at 24 feeling old.
Right? Oh my God, insane. Anyway, so she did start the pilot episode while I was there. So I'm eagerly awaiting this afternoon to see whether or not she liked it.
Very good.
So
What's the point of having the iPad kid generation
right? They don't know how
if they're not watching good shows on the iPad?
Right? I mean, to be fair, she did just watch Wizards of Waverly Place, which she really, really liked. So
Just a banger.
I know it is a banger.
Justin's the older brother, right?
Yeah.
David Henry. Justin Russo was one of my sexual awakenings.
That's so fair.
There's one episode where he's wearing sweatpants and you can kind of see his ding-a-ling. He's got these huge oh, it's so hot to this day. I'll try and find the GIF and send
Oh
it
my
to
God,
you.
that's so funny.
I'll try and send it to you.
Oh God.
Thank you so much for listening to What the Fuck is Pop. What are your socials?
Hannah's Creation at Instagram and TikTok.
Yep.
Yep. And
What
Lady
the fuck
Alice.
is happening? WTF podcast on everything. And I see _sushi on TikTok and Twitter. At Hannah's Creation on everything as well.
Yep.
And all the links are down below as usual. Maddie's got some babysitting to do, so we've got to rush off.
Oh, yeah, so true.
Thank you so much for listening to What the Fuck is Happening, the podcast.
Woo!